Let's go. It's your back, it dey keep passing. It dey bring out the best in me. I dey feel your recipe. Make you give me that recipe. Fine, fine. Yeah, you fine. You so divine. I dey feel you die.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to a new episode of Awesome Entertainment. It's Joel Awesome. We talking about from last two episodes, I think episode 9 and 10, season finale. It was wild. Someone asked me, man, did we get any answers? Did anything happen? I said, yeah, man. Same thing that happened the last season finale. We got a bunch of answers that gave us 12 more questions. You know what I mean? Yeah, we got answers. We got more questions. One, spoiler warning. I'm assuming you've seen it. I'm gonna spoil it. We going into details. Overall, this season was better than last season. Cause last season was ass. Last season it started off strong. Like those four episodes was better than any other thing, and they just fell off. And I think the show. I won't say it fell off, but I guess it's taking a different direction. They must have fired who was. You know, like season 1, 2, and like half of 3. They must have fired somebody to switch because it changed directions immediately. It took a pivot. It took a hard pivot. But either way, so we know. Let me try to keep this thing getting dark. We know that the monsters live forever. These people that they gave their lives or sold their souls to live forever. That's cool. But who the fuck is this? Like, where did this monster come from? This is the man in yellow, keeps changing to the girl in yellow, who keeps punking people. This is okay. Let's get to some of the issues with this. The black dude, the big black kid. You about 6'4", 300 pounds, looking like Michael Orr from The Blind Side. And this girl is gonna threaten you like, you better do what I say. And he's like, oh my God. I'm like, bro, if you don't knock that bitch out, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, bro, I watched, what was this movie? I think it was Smile? Was it Smile? And at one point in time, the demon that got into the old lady was like, I'm gonna get you. I was like, bro, you cannot threaten me with no old lady. I'll knock you out. If I think you the monster, if I think you the demon, and you came at me like that, I'm breaking your fucking neck. Bro, she's a little girl. She's like 100 pounds. Talking about, I'm the demon. I'm going to get you. Bro, I'll smack you across this room, bro. Ain't no way. Now, I think the demon is actually somewhat strong. But I'm going to have to find out. I'm going to find out. That's what I'm saying. Before I start doing whatever you say, I'm going to find out. The same way with the girl who came out of nowhere. This character came out of nowhere. We don't know her. You should have used Sarah. I don't know why they didn't use Sarah because she's the one that fucking shit up from the beginning. But this girl comes in. She's been doing all the man in yellow, girl in yellow's bidding, putting blood in Fatima's drinks. You know, just doing all kinds of shit with like, oh, I'm going to go home. Why you even believe her? Why you ain't try to kill her? Why they don't burn these motherfuckers? Why don't they just light it? Like, there's some questions that need to be answered, bro. Why y'all ain't trying to light these things on fire? Like I said, season 1, 2, they killed one. And he was like, okay, then maybe they're going to try to figure that out. And they just kind of abandoned it. And I guess it's all about going home. So I think at the end of season 5, this last season, by the way, I think they going to go home or whatever. Some people going to go home. But yeah, man, you ain't finna be the monster and look like that. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm knocking you the fuck out. I don't give a fuck who you ate. You ain't finna eat me. Bro was like 6'4". Bro like 6'4", 300 pounds. You snatched up Fatima. Fatima bigger than her. You snatched her up, drug her all the way out to the woods by yourself. There's no way this little girl's gonna threaten you. Either way. Some shit kind of doesn't work out for her, but some shit does work out for her. Fatima does end up drinking the blood. I don't know if that was the final touch. I don't know if she was already turning into a monster. That's kind of the thing about it. It was like Fatima was having that blood issue where her blood pressure was so low and so cold that she should have been dead, but she was still living. And then you have the girl go give her blood and then she turns into a monster. But we don't know as a audience whether she turned into a monster. She was turned into a monster anyway, or the blood made that happen. So having that in the show kind of just makes more confusion, and I don't think you're gonna get an answer for that. And I'm like, okay, so anyway, she turns into a fucking monster. She can see the monsters, she can hear the monsters. So she warns them like when the monsters are coming and shit, and that's cool. But like at the end of the day, she leaves with the monster. I'm a monster now. I'm just gonna go live with them. And it's like, one, if you a monster, why the fuck would you accept her? Like, bitch, you ain't in our group. Just because you got turned into a monster doesn't mean you is a monster. You know what I mean? Where your grandma stay? So, yeah, I don't know why the monsters just accepted her in the group and how she just accepted, like, I'm going to go, just because I am. Like, yo, if you bit me and turned me to a werewolf, I'm not going to go chill with you just because we both werewolves now. You still the op. Like, you still a op, bro. Like, she just goes and chills with the monsters. So, I thought that was funny. And you know, I'm going to say something. I'm trying not to be sexist, but I thought she was the best looking girl in the show, man. We didn't want to see her turn into a damn ugly ass monster. Like, Fatima was the best looking chick they had. Y'all turned her to a roach, a giant roach looking ass bitch. Like, nah. Well, she was cute. What were we doing? But it is what it is. Would have been my choice. I would have been killing some fucking monsters by now. We would have been lighting some shit on fire, some fire arrows. We would have been doing some shit. But either way, ain't no son. I guess Jim ain't coming back. Like, I was sitting there thinking, like, Jim gonna come back somehow, some way. Homegirl gonna try. Like, we done forgot about that nigga. The mom be running off doing whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? So either way, they get back. Let's get back to this. They get back into the cave, right? Start digging up the bones. Which, come on, man, like, y'all got to give us some answers because it seems ridiculous. Like, if we go dig up these bones, that's gonna save the children, and then we'll be free. And it's like, bro, this is getting stupid. Because, like, they dig up the bones like they're precious, like ancient relics. And they're like, we can't get out. Well, just dig with the fucking bones. I'm like, what if you break the bones? Like, are these not important? We're gonna use these as tools now? I didn't understand that. And then they ripped the bottle tree out. And that shit caused a whole world explosion. There's lightning going off. It turns from sunlight to darkness. The monsters get out, start fucking shit up because they're like, fuck it, it's dark now. We find out that they are scared. They can burn. They can't get in the lights. We didn't know this until now. Like, we did know, but we didn't know. But he can get in the fucking light. So who is he? I guess he's the main demon. I feel like next season they're gonna bring in some more demons. And they had the Muppet puppet demons. I didn't mean to call them Muppets. I meant to call them puppets, but they basically they should have called them Muppets. The Muppets were scarier than them ugly ass. Anyway. The show's all over the place. It's at least interesting to watch to see what's going to happen, but some of the shit, I'm like, bro, it was scarier before. Like, it was when the demons turned into blood-ripping demons, but when you bring this chick in, man, we ain't worried about it, man. We ain't worried about it. Homegirl built that fucking stone monolith and still turned it to a damn demon. Still turned it to a demon. The little boy ain't did nothing. Ain't did nothing the whole show. Homegirl was having the seizures, going back in time, and then the last 2-3 episodes that has meant nothing. They ain't do nothing with Randall. He didn't got betrayed, but now he's just the guy that, like, Yeah, man. Hire whoever wrote the first 2 seasons back, man. Actually, the worst thing, I'm actually kind of like surprised. Like, the more I'm talking about it, the worse the shit was. Like, I didn't even think it was that bad when I watched it, but now I done put myself in a state of astonishment. That shit was ass. Like, what? It was interesting because you wanted to know what was going to happen. And there was interesting shit happening on screen, but at the end of the day, it didn't make any fucking sense. And it's not going to. They didn't like bring it in, and it was like, yo, why are you scared of this little chick? Which part turned her into a fucking monster? Did homie with the smiley dude goes in there, kill somebody? She's like, and then just leaves. And he leaves somebody else alive. Like, why did he kill them? It's just, there's too many whys that we're not going to get to that point, man. It's at least, it's better than Manifest. Because Manifest, I had to stop. Manifest, I got to think season 3, and I was like, bro, we don't care. There's not an answer. That was my issue with The Blacklist. That was my issue with Manifest. And it's going to be my issue with this one. There is not an answer that you're going to come up with. No, I take that back. Not with this one. The other 2, for sure. But there's not an answer to my questions that is going to be good enough for me to care. I think they did cook a little bit with they sold their soul, they're living forever, they're people who've been transformed. They did, so it is a little bit more interesting to Manifest. But the problem with that show is that like it got so like I don't care there's not an answer you're going to provide me that makes me care long enough. This one, I think there is. But either way, the direction of the show went way left. You know what I mean? They started introducing. It went from scary monsters with a little bit of paranormal to paranormal with a little bit of monsters and scary. And yeah, some people may love it, some people may hate it. It's just a bad change up. But either way, I'm gonna do a review. I'm gonna watch what they call an explainer, see what they say. I'll post it up here. If it's not up here, it'll be up there soon. Hit like, subscribe, and I'm out.
Don't play with my patience, man, they gone with the flow when they tryna fake it. That's not the way I roll, that's not the combination. You start off with the dough before you start the conversation. No one start the salutations, man, don't play with me. I'm coming from a place they would hate to be. I'm going through a phase you would hate to see. They say this life's a trip, ain't no telling where it's taking me. When you on the edge and you make your next move, better be your best. Before you throw it to the depths, better reinvest. Man, I count every moment and count every step, so I know I'm blessed. Now it's time to recollect.